Chapter 5. In this chapter, in part 1, we will cover Baba's return with Chand Patil's marriage party, welcome and address as Sai, contact with other saints, his attire and daily routine, the story of the Padukas. Return with Chand Patil's marriage party. As hinted in the last chapter, I shall now describe first how Sai Baba returned to Shirdi after his disappearance. There lived in Aurangabad district, Nizam state, in a village called Dhoop, a well-to-do Mamedian gentleman by name Chand Patil. While he was making a trip to Aurangabad, he lost his mare. For 2 long months, he made a diligent search but could not get no trace of the lost mare. After being disappointed, he returned from Aurangabad with the saddle on his back. After traveling 4 kos and a half, he came on the way to a mango tree at the foot of which sat a fakir, queer fellow. He had a cap on his head, wore kafni, long robe, and had a satka, short stick, under his arm, and he was preparing to smoke a chilim pipe. On seeing Chand Patil pass by, he called out to him and asked him to have a smoke and to rest a little. The queer fellow or fakir asked him to have a smoke and to rest a little. The queer fellow or fakir asked him about the saddle. Chand Patil replied that it was his mare which was lost some time back. The fakir asked him to make a search in the Nala close by. He went, and wonder of wonders, he found the mare dead. He thought that this fakir was an ordinary man, but an awliya, a great saint. He returned to the fakir with the mare. The chilim was ready for being smoked, but 2 things were wanting. One, fire to light the pipe, and second, water to wet the chappi, piece of cloth, through which smoke is drawn by. The fakir took his prong and thrust it forcefully into the ground and came out a live amber, which he thrust it forcibly, which he put on the pipe. Then he dashed the satka on the ground from where water began to ooze. The chappi was wetted with that water, then wrung out and wrapped around the pipe. Thus, everything being complete, the fakir smoked the chilim and then gave it to Chand Patil. On seeing all this, Chand Patil was wonderstruck. He requested the fakir to come to his home and accept his hospitality. Next day, he went to Patil's house and stayed there for some time. Patil was a village officer of Dhoop. His wife's brother's son was to be married and the bride was from Shirdi. So Patil made preparations to start from Shirdi for the marriage. The fakir also accompanied the marriage party. The marriage went off without any hitch. The party returned to Dhoop except the fakir who stayed back in Shirdi and remained there forever. How the fakir got the name Sai. When the marriage party came to Shirdi, it alighted at the foot of the banyan tree in Bhagat Masapati's field near Khandoba temple. The carts were loosened in the open courtyard of the Khandoba temple, and the members of the party descended one by one, and the fakir also got down. Bhagat Malsapati saw the young fakir getting down and accosted him, Ya Sai, welcome Sai. Others also addressed him as Sai, and thenceforth he became Sai Baba. Contact with other saints. Sai Baba began to stay in a deserted masjid. One saint named Devidas had been living in Shirdi for many years before Baba came there. Baba liked his company. He stayed with him in the Maruti temple in the Chaudi and for some time lived alone. Then came another saint by name Jankidas. Baba spent most of his time in talking to him or Jankidas talking to him, talking with him, or Janki Das went to Baba's residence. So also one Vaishya householder said from Puntambe by name Gangagir always frequented Shirdi. When he first saw Sai Baba carrying pitchers of water in both hands for watering the garden, he was amazed and said openly, "Bless his Shirdi that it got his this precious jewel. This man is carrying water today, but he is not an ordinary fellow. As this land, Shirdi, was fortunate and meritorious, it secured this jewel. So also one famous saint by name Anandanath of Yaula Mutt, a disciple of Akkalkot Maharaj, came to Shirdi with some people. When he saw Sai Baba, he said openly, "This is a precious diamond in reality. Though he looks like ordinary man, he is not a gar, ordinary stone, but a diamond. You will realize this in near future." Saying this, he returned to Yavla. This was said while Sai Baba was a youngster. Baba's dress and daily routine. In his young days, Baba grew the hair on his head, never had his head shaved. He dressed like an athlete when he went to Rahata 3 miles from Shirdi. He brought with him small plants of marigold, zai and zui, and after cleaning them, he planted and watered them. A devotee by name Vaman Tatya supplied him daily with 2 unbaked earthen pitchers. With these, Baba himself used to water the plants. He drew water from well and carried the pitchers on his shoulders. In evening, the pitchers were kept at the foot of the neem tree. As soon as they were placed there, they broke, as they were made of mud and not baked. Next day, Tatya supplied 2 fresh pitchers. This course went on for 3 years, and with Sai Baba's toil and effort, they grew a garden. On this site at present stands the big mansion, Samadhi Mandir of Baba, which is now frequented by some devotees. The story of Padukas, footprints under the neem tree. A devotee of Akkalkot Maharaj by name Bhai Krishnaji Ali Bakkar worshipped the photo of Akkalkot Maharaj. He once thought of going to Akkalkot, Solapur, take the darshan of the Padukas, footprints of Maharaj, and offer his sincere prayer there. But before he could go there, he got a vision in his dream. Akkalkot Maharaj appeared in his vision and said to him, "Now Shirdi is my resting place. Go there and offer your worship." So Sai Baba changed his plans and came to Shirdi, worshipped Baba, stayed there for 6 months and was happy. As a reminiscence of this vision, etc., he prepared the Padukas and installed them on an auspicious day of Shravan, Shaka 1834, that is 1912 AD, under the neem tree with due ceremonies and formalities conducted by Dada, Kelkar and Upasani. One Dikshit Brahmin was appointed for worship, and the management was entrusted to devotee Sagun. Complete version of this story. Mr. B.V. Dev, retired Mamledar of Thana and a great devotee of Sai Baba, made inquiries about this matter with Sagun Meru Nayak and Govind Kalamkar Dikshit, and has published the full version of the Paduka in Sai Leela, volume 11, number 1, page 25. It runs as follows. In 1834 Shaka, 1912 AD, one Dr. Ramarao Kothari of Mumbai came to Shirdi for Baba's darshan. His compounder and his friend Bhai Krishnaji Ali Bakkar accompanied him. The compounder and Bhai became intimate with Sagun Meru Nayak and G.K. Dikshit. While discussing things, these persons thought that there must be some memorial of Sai Baba's first advent at Shirdi and his sitting under the holy neem tree. They thought of installing Baba's big Padukas there and were going to make them of some rough stone. Then Bhai friend, the compounder, suggested that if this matter was made known to his master, Dr. Ramarao Kothari, he would prepare nice padukas for this purpose. All liked the proposal, and Dr. Kothare was informed of it. He came to Shirdi and drew a plan of the padukas. He went to Upasni Maharaj in Khandoba's temple and showed him his plan. The latter made many improvements, drew lotus, flowers, conch, disc, mace, etc., and suggested that he following shloka verse regarding neem tree's greatness and Baba's yogic powers be inscribed. The verse was as follows: Sada nimbaka vrikshaya muladarshi vasata sudhastra vinam tiktam apaniya priyatam tarum kalpa vriksham diksham sadhya yatanam Namameshwaram Sadgurum Sai Natham. Upasni's suggestion was accepted and carried out. The padukas were made in Mumbai and sent to Shirdi with the compounder. Baba said that they should be installed on Purnima, 15th of Shravan. On that day at 11 am, G.K. Dikshit brought them on his head from Khandoba temple to the Dwarkamai Masjid in a procession. Baba touched the paduka, saying that these are feet of the Lord, and asked the people to install them at the foot of the neem tree. A day earlier, one Parsi devotee of Mumbai named Pashta Seth sent ₹25 by money order. Baba gave this sum for the installation of the padukas. The total expense of installation came to ₹100, out of which ₹75 were collected by subscription. For the first 5 years, G.K. Dikshit worshipped the padukas daily, and then this was done by Lakshman Kashweshwar Jakhade. In first 5 years, Dr. Kothare sent ₹2 per month for lighting the lamp and also sent the railing around the padukas. The expense of bringing the railing from the station to Shirdi, ₹780, presently ₹750, and roofing was paid by Sagun Meru Nayak. Now Jakhadi Nana Pujari does the worship, and Sagun Meru Nayak offers the Naivedya and lights the evening lamps. Bhai Krishna Ji was originally a devotee of Akkalkot Maharaj. He had come to Shirdi at the installation of the padukas in Shaka 1834 on his way to Akkalkot. He wanted to go to Akkalkot after taking the darshan of Baba. He asked Baba's permission for this. Baba said, "Oh, what is there in Akkalkot? Why do you go there? The Maharaj of that place is here, myself." Hearing this, Bhai did not go to Akkalkot. He came to Shirdi off and on after the installation of the padukas. Mr. B.V. Dev concluded that Hemadpanta did not know these details. Had he known them, he would have not failed to depict them in this SatCharitra.